hold on, little field mouse. Come on, buddy. Come on. Don't go crazy. There we go. Play dough? Oh yeah, you'll I know you love RPGs so much. You are fine for anything. Wait, is this the No. See, we still have 2 left. That is at 3,700. That is at 3,500. Darn it. And opposite directions too. Fine, let's go. Let's go. Hey. Oh, let's go. You know what? Next time, maybe I'll stuff a rocket on the back of one of these and just... Or jet. Yes. A jet engine. A jet-powered rover. How do you like that? If you need a hard copy, you print out and bind yourself. Hey, I never thought of that, Fub. That is actually a real useful extra of that. I actually have a book that I had years ago bought. A Gnome Stew book. Whoa, car. Relax. Don't do anything weird with your weird physics. And I took it to a copy shop for basic binding. It's one that I was intending to give to Jex's, actually. It's just a book of 500 plot points or something. Just basic ideas of, hey, think about this, think about that. Threw out about 100 DVDs to make room for RPG books. Even so, there's stacks of books covering all the surface area of both the coffee tables. Hey, Fub. Coffee tables are a good thing. Where else are you going to leave piles and piles of books? Mine is covered by a bunch of books there as well. I'm going to annex the flat next door for a library. Oh, that is an amazing idea. That is a mountain. I'm driving full speed into a mountain. Well, actually a hill. You know what? It'll be fine. You can do it, Field Mouse. I believe in you. Come on, little Field Mouse. Come on. Yes. Almost empty. Oh God, bad news. Not on top of this hill. You can make it, Field Mouse. You can make it. You can make it. Just crest that hill. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's roll downhill a little bit. Piles of books on the couch. There's... Tracy will tell you, I've used books for so many things, so I know your problem. I use it as wall decoration over there. I didn't do anything for the wall there, so it just stacked books, and it became a little wall of books. And then people go, "Oh, that's nice. That's artistic. How'd you think of that?" And the real reason is, kind of didn't have any space anymore in the bookcases, so I just put them down in the corner, and then I forgot about them. Come on, just a little bit more Field Mouse. There we go. Get that seismic data. And now there's just one left. We are going to probably need to... Whoa. Break. Okay, this is what we call the Kraken. That's what happens with, that's what happens when Kerbal physics starts doing weird things. Oxygen reserves are low? Wait, what? Do you... Jeopardize oxygen. Wait, there's plenty of oxygen in here, isn't there? Hold on. can I not... How do you do the transfers? Are these not connected? Do they not have crossfeed? The fuel cell was using Jebediah's oxygen? Oh god. That is something I am going to have to change. No, I can't transfer. In that case, I'm gonna have to change around where those attach and what they can crossfeed into. Because using Jebediah's precious oxygen to make energy seems a little bit dangerous. Also, this field mouse, not that stable on this terrain. This is why I left the option for quick save on, because on the moon, this can sometimes launch you into space. I'm not kidding. Well, at work case, you move from 5-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom. Whoa. So having access to furniture might be forgivable. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just let this thing roll. Or fly, apparently. Come on, Jeb. Don't be crazy. You're not in a rocket right now. Should I slow down? Gonna be fine. Gonna be fine. At the breakneck speed of 45 meters per second. Holy crap. Slowly turn gently. This is why I shouldn't have turned. Brake, 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 brake. Too bad, because the top speed of these wheels is about 30, 35, so having a speed of 45 meters per second was pretty nice. Base crunch must be real. Yeah, I'm moving into 2 bedrooms. I have no idea how you'd organize all of that. Bit of a design flaw. Look, I'm not saying we're using him as a living battery, but maybe the rover's more expensive than Jebediah. Either you drive around out of oxygen, or you die. Or you use the fuel cell to power the engine. They'll deplete your oxygen, so yeah, indeed. Actually, he can step out here. I mean, we're not in space. We're just on Kerbin surface. It's just nighttime, fellas. Just, the stars are out because it's night. Okay, we're finally done with these crazy missions. Okay, in all fairness, you may think this is overreacting, but if you think about it, as I said before, 30, 35 meters per second, that's about motorway speeds. So it's actually pretty normal to think if you'd take a jump and then land a little bit off center, that you'd destabilize this entire thing quite easily. Okay, we are nearly done with this mission. Lock that seismic data, and we are done. 70K. There we go. I think we're done with what we can do here on the surface. We've done that one, we've done that one. We need to go to the moon, we need to do scans, and we need to position a satellite. Break. You're done, Jebediah. Well done. Well done, you. Recover the vessel. We also got some science in the meantime. Just a little bit. Gives us 65 extra science. Lovely. We now have 500,000 funds. Perfect. Because if you recall, we upgraded this one for 7 max active contracts, but we need flight planning. For that, we need a tracking station upgraded, which gives us patch conics, visible in map, and flight planning, which is what we need for better space missions. Ha! Perfect. There's an atmosphere. Can't Jebediah just open his window? Yeah, see, that's what I always wanted as well. He should be able to just, you know, suck it up. But for some reason, no, it's a closed pod. We can have him step outside, though. That would work. Okay, 65. So that can buy us either a general construction thing, which would be nice to get the Kerbal containers, to get the surface experiments up to the Mun. That's about what we'd need that for. Aviation might be interesting, air brakes, but that's more to start branching out here on Kerbin. A good lander might be worth it. Either the actual struts for the simple weight that you'd be landing on the Mun. These fuel systems are a little bit excessive for now. For going to the Mun, it's a little bit too much. And we'd also need this engine to combine with one of these fuel tanks. So it'll be useful, but we can do without it right now. This RCS block, useful, but not necessarily worth 90. So these, I'm realizing we cannot even buy. So we're left with a choice of these two. And whereas aviation is fun, the general construction right now is more directly applicable. So we're taking that one. This better aerodynamics though, this is pretty good. The crew cabin will allow us to do more of these tourist things. And this already gives us processing units that I have no idea of how to use. So that's gonna be very interesting. Okay, some proper advancement here. Not to asphyxiate to death, it seems reasonable. Exactly, that you just make a window somewhere. Okay, again we have the surveys that we can do on just on the surface, giving us good cash. But I think we've probably had enough of those for now, right? Rover deployment. I'm just browsing quickly. We can still take 2 more contracts. Now, this one doesn't expire, so we can do that later, the 30 days. There's no way we can do that right now. Part testing is too simple. Landing on the Mun, that's not going to happen right now. The satellite one expires in a day. This we should be able to do potentially. It's difficult though. And these expire in 15 minutes and 6 hours. So let's see where those regions are, because if we can reach them with a rover, it might be worthwhile taking them. No. That is literally that one is on the other side of Kerbin. This one though, CLFMH. That one we can do. So we'll take that one, I think, and maybe we'll start the next stream of that. Survey. CLFMH. EVA report on the surface, because that gets us a little bit of science again and a good amount of cash. So we can take that one. And maybe one of the satellite ones would be realistic. Geostationary orbit one is tricky, but we'll take it. I mean, we're not going to shy away from a challenge. Here's the thing, though. Let's see, we have 20 minutes? No, that should be enough to do one of these. Here's one I'm thinking of. We have one to do a ScanSat contract. Do an altimetry scan of Kerbin. Let's do that one. That's fairly straightforward. It leaves the more interesting ones for the next stream. All we need to do is design a simple satellite that uses this part, the altimetry sensor. Well, here's the thing. The minimal height is 5 kilometers, so you can do this from a plane. The maximum is 500 kilometers. I don't know if there's an ideal height, but this is what we have. So, let's see. So that's what it looks like. That's why I placed it on top, so that it would be, so that would make sense, really, to be honest. Now, here's the thing. Some of these parts, these mod parts, are not normally supported, but they are supported by Kerbalism. So right now you can see that the electric charge, it consumes 0.02. That's just for having this, for having the normal control. Holy crap! Cha-cha, holy crap, thank you so much! Thank you so much for that subscription, that is super cool. It identifies it as specifically a Prime subscription. You're calling me out right now! I'm gonna have to make an emote for subscribers. Thank you so much! There we go. Just this. I pressed C to have specific controls. This is basically the first you've seen of Kerbal Space Program. Looks like a lot of fun. Alex, it is a lot of fun. I just like the designing things, building them, and then being able to actually use them. That is the most wonderful thing of this game. These are just some of the parts. This is a small selection of the parts available. So I have the time of my life just building fun stuff, sending it off into space, and then, you know, doing these small missions, these contracts. That's really what makes the difference for me. Ah, that looks weird. Why does that not... Oh, this is an 8-part. Of course, this is the Octo. So these 3 engines will never really align well with the that thing. But you know what? I like this. Gives them a reasonable thrust-to-weight ratio. Byronic is pretty good at it, so it makes it more fun. Oh, thank you. The unintentional fireballs of failed rocket launches are fun at first, but there's no progress, it becomes boring. Exactly. And then being able to just think of fun new things, challenging yourself, that's the best as far as I'm concerned. Another 3-way symmetry, but let's put this like this, but then rotate it. Like that, so that when we deploy... Let's see, when it's fully deployed... That looks alright. That looks alright. Okay, we're generating a lot of energy, but this thing's gonna be at around 250 kilometers. So that means it's going to spend some time in space in darkness. So we're going to need batteries in this thing. Yep, some batteries. I also want to make sure that I'm able to... You know what? I never used this one. I also want to make sure that I'm able to see where we are. I don't know what the difference is between this one and this one. It literally doesn't tell you. Oh, there we go. Don't tell anyone, it's actually just a chip version in a fancy box with flashing lights and spinny things. Fair enough. This will give us the stats that we need once we're in space. I kind of like the idea of there just being a weird chip thing on the side. I think that's enough for this one. If it can sustain itself, it has battery power, it can move around quite a bit. Let's retract. And retract, and we'll make an action group. Oh, retract. The gear action group, once we press that, I want you to toggle, extend, and toggle all the antennas so that we press one button and then everything unfurls like a butterfly that's just coming out of its cocoon. Okay, we couple this one. Streamer wins emote. Ah, nice. Already. It's like second one. Ah, seriously though, Cha-Cha, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. If you don't know, Cha-Cha actually also streams. He is US based, so he streams in US time zones. He used to do a lot of... Oh god! Cha-Cha, what's that game called where you took over China? That is an odd description, I know, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, lately I've seen you stream... Well, basically I've seen you stream Splatoon 2. Okay, so as usual, we're putting the small engines that are more efficient in vacuum at the top with smaller amounts of fuel so that we have less weight that we're pushing into orbit. I don't think I even need a middle stage. Let's just see if we can just push directly into space. I'm putting a reliant, because this is... Actually, no, let's put a swivel. Because that's pretty useful in a higher atmosphere setting. There we go. These are not staged correctly, because these want to fire when that one separates. This one on to fire when that one separates. Now we have these two engines, these two stages, stages 3 and 2, have about 4,000 delta V in them. That should be enough to get us into a low orbit. Let's get... These fins are actually overkill. Let's get smaller winglets. There we go. That is not aligned nicely. There. Get these winglets on. So it's already... These winglets are a little bit heavier, so I'm getting 3,900. I'm a little bit concerned that we need just a tiny bit more. So we're gonna get the flea solid booster. Look at that, 4,300. Always use the smallest thing you need to get you there, because everything you put on, you take up with you, and you need to push up. This is misaligned. There we go. These fire, then that separates those, and this one fires, that separates that one, and that one fires, that separates, and that one fires. This one needs to happen when we're in space. We have enough fuel, we have electricity to take care of everything. I think we're done with this one. Dynasty Warriors, that's the one, Cha-Cha. That's what it's called. Got the sports a dude I love. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Neo or your wheelhouse until Monster Hunter Worlds. Oh, I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Worlds, because that's the one that's going to be on PC, right? Let's see, how do we call this baby? It is not a communication satellite, so we can't use the fundamental universal broadcasting system. It's not part of our moon mission. This is a new category. Hey, thank you so much for that follow. This is our challenging... Well, whoa. Challenging... humane... altimetry I'm pushing this one, I know. Collaborative. Oh, wait. This is high altimetry. Collaborative. Oh god, I'm stretching this. Thank you for that follow. It's me wrecking my brain that's entertaining, isn't it? Something with scanning? Challenging, high altimetry, collaborative. You know what? Histrionics. I know it doesn't make sense. Histrionics. Communicator. That means it is in your face, high altitude, works with you to discuss its feelings. Or Cha-Cha 1. Scansat. The Cha-Cha 1 Scansat. Let's get this baby in orbit. We've been on Kerbin enough. There is going to be a PC release. Might we be able to hunt together? Cha-Cha, that would be amazing. I would love that. Also, I'm succumbing to the darkness. Give me a second. There we go. Sorry for that. You are going to space, Cha-Cha. So, normally, we would go this direction. Because that would give us a nice orbit around Kerbin, around the equator. But here's the thing. We want to scan all of Kerbin. So what's the best way to do that? Now, normally we'd go across the equator, but that only gets us a scan of the equator. So we're going to go into a polar orbit, because then you just go in the polar orbit, and as the planet rotates, you will scan all of the planet. So we're going to keep to north. And yes, that's confusing. North is downwards, but we're going to keep to north and get this baby up in the air. So as usual, we're going to go straight up. A little deviation. And go at high speed. Look at the sonic effects of this baby. Not gonna get deterred by those though. We need to be careful with adjusting this trajectory, because particularly when you get to supersonic speeds, if you deviate just a little bit too much, your craft may just flip around and freak out on you. So I'm keeping my eye on the top left there. You see the apoapsis. The apoapsis height is currently at 50,000. 70,000 is the edge of the atmosphere. But I'm gonna want to park this baby at 250 kilometers. So at the same time, I'm shooting this forward as a dart so that we use this one, the swivel, which is reasonably okay in atmosphere, to get as high as we can get. Because our next one is this small one, which is very effective in the atmosphere. Out of the atmosphere, sorry. But not as effective in atmosphere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep on thrusting. That sounds like the worst thing ever. I'm gonna move off to the side because I want this targeting indicator to be moved over onto the north image there. There we go. Now look at that apoapsis. We're gonna move that up. I want to be very precise here. Limit my thruster. Ah, missed it. Thank you for that follow. So, we're gonna do something we have not been able to do before, which is plan our trajectories. We go to the map now. Now, you can see this is a mod, by the way. This tells me a trajectory mod that even though I can land here, the rotation of Kerbin will mean that this is the physical place where I'll land. By the time I'm